Hi, welcome to Spartacus Random Conspiracy Thoughts. I was watching this night the movie 13th Floor. I'll bet this was a movie from 1999, I never saw it before. In this movie, the reality that the main character lives is a computer simulation. Oh, and that is a computer simulation in 2 layers, that has a simulation inside a simulation. All people that lives in that reality are sentient but have independent thoughts and feelings. Who does not know the game The Sims, where the player control entire families but the controlled artificial beings have some degree of liberty or freedom of will statistically? Now imagine this kind of game hell will be in 1,000 years if humanity does not destroy itself? We could be living inside of it now. A similar idea is portrayed on the movies The Matrix, Inception, Dark City and in other sense, Truman Show. Before, the Greek philosopher Plato and the French René Descartes questioned our reality. Chinese philosophers Zhuangzi noticed sometime around 300 BCE that his dreams of being something other than human, a butterfly, most famously, were indistinguishable from his experience being Zhuangzi. He could not say with certainty that he was Zhuangzi dreaming of being a butterfly rather than a butterfly dreaming of being Zhuangzi. The whole reality is an illusion idea has been kicked around by everyone from Siddhartha to the existentialists. Nowadays a respected researcher working at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory has supposed that we live inside a hologram operated by alien computers. I will quote an article from Before It's News Now, that I will put the link on the video description. Rich Terriel, director of the Center for Evolutionary Computation and Automated Design at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, suggested our creator is a cosmic computer programmer. According to Rich, a programmer from the far future could have composed our universe utilizing computational influence far better than our own. His reasons are riddle to us. Maybe he needed to perceive how things may have happened much sooner than his time. Perhaps he did it because of weariness, instead of interest. If this is the situation, then our whole universe would be just a simulation, our existence is a moderate aspect. Yet, is there any evidence supporting this wild situation? Actually, there is. Astoundingly, the universe acts simply like it's a piece of a simulation. It just shows certain qualities when watched, like the way the Grand Theft Auto amusement motor just creates the territory that the player is currently in. Quantum mechanics might be a mind twister for us non-scientists, but one of its major rules can be explained with almost embarrassing ease: subatomic particles have no definite state unless observed. That is, things become real and stay that way as long as we keep our eyes on them. This conundrum has puzzled scientists for a long time, and one possible explanation for this behavior is that we live inside a simulation. For the sake of saving computing power, this simulation only shows us what we need to see when we need to see it. This would also explain why our universe is made up of finite units, pixels if you will. The universe is also pixelated, in time, space, volume, and energy, Terriel told Vice. There exists a fundamental unit that you cannot break down into anything smaller, which means the universe is made of a finite number of these units. This also means there are a finite number of things the universe can be. It's not infinite, so it's computable. And if it only behaves in a finite way when it's being observed, then the question is it being computed? From an article from Discovery News, we came to know that a philosopher and team of physicists imagine that we might really be living inside a computer-generated universe that you could call the lattice. In 2003, British philosopher Nick Bostrom published a paper that proposed the universe we live in might in fact really be a numerical computer simulation. And a team of physicists at the University of Washington, recently announced that there is a potential test to see if we actually live in the lattice. Such a sim universe might solve a lot of eerie mysteries about the cosmos. About 24 of the universe's fundamental constants happen to fall within the narrow range thought to be compatible with life. This is called the Anthropic Principle. It's amazing that humans exist. For life to start on Earth, we needed everything to be just right. We're the perfect distance away from the Sun, the atmosphere has the correct composition, and gravity is just powerful enough. And though there may be many other planets with those conditions, life gets even more impressive when you widen your perspective beyond Earth. If some cosmic factor like dark energy were even a little stronger, life probably wouldn't exist, either here or anywhere else in the universe. The Anthropic Principle asks, why? Why did these conditions come about so perfectly for us? One explanation is that the conditions were deliberately set in place with the intention of giving us life. Every convenient factor was a fixed condition in some vast lab experiment. The factors were just plugged into the universe, and then the simulation was started. This let existence and our individual planet evolve the way it has. If our universe is a simulation, then those entities controlling it could be running other simulations as well to create other universes parallel to our own. No doubt this would call for, massive parallel processing. If all of this isn't mind-blowing enough, Bostrom imagined stacked levels of reality. We would have to suspect that the post-humans running our simulation are themselves simulated beings, and their creators, in turn, may also be simulated beings. Here may be room for a large number of levels of reality, and the number could be increasing over time. To compound this even further, Bostrom imagined a hierarchy of deities. In some ways, the post-humans running a simulation are like gods. However, all the demigods except those at the fundamental level of reality are subject to sanctions by the more powerful gods living at lower levels. Those behind the simulation needn't be humans at all. Some other set of beings may be running it, and they choose to hide their presence from us. Perhaps alien life knows how to manipulate the computer program and can make themselves invisible to us. The theory of parallel worlds, or the multiverse, posits an infinite number of realities with an infinite number of possibilities within them. Picture the floors of an apartment building. Universes are part of the multiverse much like floors are part of the building. They share a common layout, but each is distinct, and they all contain different things. Jorge Luis Borges likened the multiverse to a library. Within the library are an infinite number of books, some differ by just a letter, while others are completely different stories. The theory has all sorts of crazy implications for the meaning of life. But if there really are multiple universes, why did they come about? How come there are so many? If we're in a simulation, the multiple universes are multiple simulations running at once. Each simulation has its own set of variables, and this isn't random. The simulation's creator plugged in different variables to test different scenarios and observe different outcomes. And the Fermi Paradox? Our planet is one of many with conditions that could support life, and our sun is quite young compared to others in the universe. You therefore might expect proof of life elsewhere, from planets where life runs parallel to ours or from ones where life began eons earlier. Furthermore, humans have ventured into space, so shouldn't civilizations elsewhere have also tried space travel? With a billion other galaxies out there, some of which are billions of years older than ours, wouldn't at least one have mastered space travel? Since Earth has the conditions for life, you'd even expect Earth to have been colonized by an advanced civilization at some point. Yet we have found no trace of any other form of intelligent life in the universe. The Fermi Paradox can simply be summed up as, where is everybody? This ties back into simulation theory in a few different ways. If life should exist elsewhere but only exists on Earth, that could be evidence that we're in a simulation. Those behind the simulation chose to simulate life nowhere else, for simplicity, or to see how humans do alone. The multiverse theory says that there is indeed life on other planets, in most universe simulations. Ours is simply the one simulation that puts us alone in the universe. Going back to the Anthropic Principle, it could be this universe was created just for us,